We're really excited to welcome Eric to the stage, and we're going to have a little chat.
Yes.
A calm chat about the Dome. For those of you who don't know, Eric founded what is now known as Mama Bazooka.
Yeah.
Say again?
This conference, right?
This conference was named after Eric. Founded what's now known as Mama Bazooka in 2013, and has created a number of escape rooms. One of which is a little-known game called The Dome, which I've never played, which is a multi-award-winning, 5 times in the top 3 of the Terpecas, overachieving masterpiece. I know. I thought I started off, and we thought we'd talk about something completely different. No. And so it's wonderful to have you here.
Thank you.
To
Pleasure.
see whether you can inspire us and tell us about your journey to creating the Dome.
Yeah.
And a little about yourself and what's next. So why don't we start with
With
the start.
how I became a designer, or
How you start with mum and dad.
Yeah.
Like from the start.
Yeah.
Mini Eric, should we start at 1 or 2 formative memories?
They did boom boom, and
Yeah.
then I.
Incredible.
Yeah.
How did the Dome come to
Yeah.
be? How did you come to be
The
an
Dome.
escape room designer?
Well, first, my back then girlfriend, she's from Budapest, and in Budapest there was the first, I think, ever, maybe, the first ever commercial escape room, Para Park, I think, and a friend of her was the second one that was opening an escape room. So we knew very early about escape room, about the concept. But I didn't get it because he told us about it, and I thought, for sure I'm not liking it, and I don't get it. But my girlfriend back then, she thought, because she lived in the Netherlands now, she lived with me for love. She went to the Netherlands for me, so that was very nice. She said, okay, I want to bring this concept to the Netherlands. And I said, okay, cool. But first, let's because she never played this room, just by listening to the song. So let's first try an escape room. And then we played a few rooms in Budapest, and then we thought, we can make something out of this maybe. So we made a drawing with puzzles that we like, and we created the laboratory in a way as a room. But then I met I was playing drums in a band, and the sound engineer was very technical, and he inspired me to automize certain things. So I took him on the project, and there was a photographer in the building, and he was very technical. I didn't know anything of any of those things. I was just a creative guy. So they helped me building the laboratory, and that was the first room in the Netherlands. And at first we had to explain to everyone what it was, but eventually, Victor was in the world is turning around, a Dutch television program, and then he mentioned us, and he mentioned escape rooms in general, and then it became just skyrocketing. It was huge. We were just very busy. Created another room, the Meisjeskamer, was also was a success. I can say.
The girls' room.
The girls' room. The girls' room.
Don't
Sorry.
speak
the
Dutch like I do.
Yeah. You're good at it.
And you've got something to. If anyone hasn't played the Dome, look away now. And if you haven't, where have you been?
Well, so then the Meisjeskamer was a success, and then we decided after that, like, okay, we want to make something that we raise the bar for ourselves, to come up with something totally different. So and I wanted to create something extraordinary, and that's the way I presented it, like a 3.0 experience. Me and my big mouth, like, it's just gonna be, But we believed in it, and we put all our energy in it. And but let's watch the trailer maybe.
Yeah.
Because we made a trailer. It was there already before the room opened 1 year before. Yeah. So to warm up the crowd. And this is the trailer.
Sorry for bothering you.
Yes?
It's Hector.
What about him?
Well, he's gone.
Shut down level 5!
Yes, Doctor!
Get me DRS on the line! Now!
This better be important. Thomas?
We've got a code 37.
Shut down level 5, but make sure that you...
Thomas? Thomas? Thomas! Answer me, are you there? Thomas?
I think the best thing about that is that it's an exact representation of everything that happens in the dome.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, spoiler alert.
Yeah,
You've played the whole thing.
You can't play it anymore
No.
now. And that was a big mistake.
Yeah, I can see why. I'd never
Yeah.
seen that before, but now
You have
I
yeah,
understand
know.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
So, okay.
Thomas?
We made a trailer already,
You
you
did.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And for us, it was also just fun to go to Vista to do this. And I wanted to have this shot, you know, with the finger licking thing was worth the whole everything.
That was your primary concept
Yes.
art, was just the finger licking in
Yeah,
Ibiza.
that was the only thing I thought of, that this has to be in, and the rest was just extra.
Naturally.
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah, well, I know you do.
Yeah.
So we were building on the dome. I was estimated. It was estimated to build the dome in 1 year. It took 2 years. I think a lot of people know how that works, Victor. Yeah, right?
It's quick.
It took you 3 times as much, you guys, right? Well, at that time it was a huge thing that it took so long. I don't know, and it was very, of course, stressful, and the relationship. We broke up with me and my partner. Our romantic relationship didn't last. Also, I think the dome played a huge role in this. So that's what you feel when you play the dome. You feel that sadness. And but anyway, yeah. So it took some blood, sweat, and tears to build it, and 2 years with the team and everything. So, but finally, after those 2 years, we finally opened up and show it to the crowd. We were very. I mean, I was exhausted as well, but also a little bit more excited that finally we could do it. Although I was not really super satisfied yet. I knew that there were some things that, but also we didn't have a choice. We had to open up, also financially, and also just because we had to, because 2 years it took so long. So, but anyway, so the first people came.
Well, wait, but before we talk about expectations, as you remember, we did the rejig. You're going to show us a bit of the concept. Were we talking about expectations?
You're right.
Well,
you're right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're right.
No.
So this is the first design ever of the dome. It's made by Young Case. This is Young Case, and he was very important in the project. He co-created the dome with me.
Who's the young man next
Young Case. Oh, the young man next to him?
Yeah.
That's me, actually.
No.
Thank you. Well, it was a few years ago, so.
So you're showing us this concept art.
Yes.
Where did the first idea? Let's watch it again.
Again, yeah.
Where did this come from? Which parts of your head? What was your origin?
It was we wanted to have some sci-fi-ish vibe with a dome kind of vibe.
That was the inspiration.
I don't remember. I can recall what was the inspiration of that.
Yeah.
But anyway, this was the first drawing that Young Case made, and so we tried to figure out in a brainstorm session what we would like to. And this was a rough first, I call it diddle.
Doodle, yeah.
Doodle.
Oh, we can call it a diddle.
Nice, nice. So this is people that play don't know there's some kind of cyborg in it, and this is the first design. maybe it's fun to tell that it's very important. The concept art played a huge role in designing the game for us to create a space already, a world for ourselves to inspire ourselves and to get the whole team on board with what we were aiming to do. So here it becomes more, like what it looks like.
Did you know what you wanted the ending to be? Did you have the whole story planned out when you started making it? Or did you just have fractions? Yeah.
Yeah, we just had half of the game. Yeah, and the other 50% still we had to develop during building the whole thing.
And the story, did that come first?
Yes.
What is the story?
What's the story?
People that know why I'm asking that. Yeah.
Next question.
Yeah. Good, because I don't no idea. Yeah. Okay.
The story is that
I can't wait.
But you know the story. Why don't you tell the story?
I know. It's really hard to articulate, and I just think it would come better from you.
Yeah, okay. The story is that you are locked up within a research room as a group of test persons. You're nodding.
No, I do know that.
Okay. During that, you have to do 10 tests. But there is also somehow, it's a coincidence, there's also this molecular treatment on this cyborg guy named Hector at the same time when those test persons are in the dome. That's just coincidental. I don't know why it is what it is, right? And somehow, during those tests, he manages to break out. During that molecular treatment, which is a very hallucinogenic.
Yes. That's it. Yeah.
That's it. So all the people in the room start breathing it in, and they start tripping. And they're still doing the test, but under the influence of this very strong.
It was very strong. Hallucinogenic. Yeah.
So then, of course, everything that happens is during this hallucination, and everything is weird. So you see all the puzzles. All those tests are actually stalled within the dome. So the story is that you are actually solving all those tests, but under the influence. So all those tests look different, weird, and without saying too many spoilers. Those tests will take place in a different setting, so to speak. Right? That's not spoiling too much.
You spoil as much as you want.
And that's the story.
Yeah. How many people get that story? Do you find people come away and go, what happened? That was great.
Even after this explanation, nobody gets it.
Yeah.
No, I think, maybe 75% of the people get it. But we have still some people like, some people don't get it. Yeah.
And
how many people played the dome?
Yeah, how many people have played?
Oh, wow. And who got the story? 75%. 75%.
75 for the cameras, that's
roughly.
75%.
Roughly.
Okay. So show us some more of the concept art and tell us.
Well, it was also an important concept. We want this thing was already in our lounge. What?
It was just there. You found it. You stumbled upon it.
And then we made the whole concept.
You were just based on.
Yeah.
You didn't have to come up with a name. It was there.
It was already there.
That's really lucky.
No, it was there before we opened the room already. So this is the first thing we built because.
The door.
Yeah, because I thought this is nice for other people playing the girls' room in the laboratory room that they get excited. It's like a billboard. Yeah. And people, they were excited that they already, because this is, your fantasy starts running when you see this. And it's made by, it's designed by Jan Kees, this thing. And it's made by a craftsman woman. It's the mother of a game host working. So she made it all out of wood. It was quite an adventure for her as well. But we're very happy.
The most impressive door I've ever entered into an escape room.
Cool. Mm-hmm. So this is also concept art of a part of the escape room. But it's not what it eventually came to be. This is a concept art where you can see it's more detailed, also with technical drawings. Time case. It didn't turn out to be like this, but it's more or less,
And did you fluidly you had some parts in your mind and other parts just came to you as you were building parts of it? Did you go through chronologically, or did you just intersperse new ideas as they came? How did it?
Yeah, that's. Well, I think we just have 50% of the game,
Yeah.
and the next 50% still had to evolve. But the fun, we always build rooms like that. Also with the laboratory and the girls' room, we just start building actually, and just see how it will unfold for ourselves. And that was also the stressful part, because when we built half of the project, and we didn't have a point of no return, and so much money was invested, and I had a writer's block. I couldn't think of anything anymore, and still, we needed the other 50%. So that was stressful. Yeah. But yeah.
Good and more.
This is some concept art as well. This is actually almost looking the same as the experience. This is Dr. Hung. Concept art.
Concept art.
Yeah. Some more. Oh yeah. Okay.
So,
Okay.
that leads us neatly
Yeah.
on.
So I was super.
How was it received?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how was it received? Let's have a look.
Let's have a look. Let's find out.
Okay.
Was that? And they were all mine, which is really
Yeah.
nice. Sorry, I just really.
Yeah. Yeah, we can reel a few things. It was people were not really enjoying it that much.
Did you expect this?
No. I was not used to have these negative critique as
Yeah.
well, because or critics, because the laboratory in the girls' room, people liked it or loved it, and this was like, what?
Yeah.
People can be so.
And you'd put so much into it.
Yeah.
And you'd opened.
Yeah.
And this was this.
Well, there were some okay reviews as well, but yeah, it was mostly these kind of reviews. No.
And why? Do you?
No,
have
it
you
was.
thought-
I think also because I promoted it like it's the second coming of Jesus or something, like it's.
And it wasn't.
No pun intended. Okay. So maybe that's why people were thinking like, okay, you were just hyping it to the max, and now this is what you got, Or people, I don't know, but people were quite rude. Or
I can see people writing notes. Don't hype my game
No.
like the second coming of Jesus. That's a good. We're trying to give takeaways, and I think that's a.
yeah, yeah.
So how do you respond to?
But I also think that some things were just not okay. That I get it, and we had a lot of teething problems as well.
Yeah.
So we had to get people out of the room because there was so much engineering that for us was new too. Because and then people are stuck, and we had sorry guys, you cannot continue, and they were having high expectations, and then that's a bummer. So I get that. But we always say, okay, you get the room for free, you can come back for free another time. We tried those things, but still they didn't, couldn't.
And what was your plan to change it? What did you do? How did you?
Yeah, well, I went to Asia for 4 months. Yeah.
Another takeaway.
End of story.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. No, I was, of course, my relationship broke up when we opened up, and that was my business part. It was just, it was not nice. So, but anyway, I couldn't finish it the way I wanted because I had a writer's block and I was just too much stressed out. So I decided to, make the room a bit cheaper, so lower the expectations of the people. And yeah, we changed a few things to make it more, the flow was better and less time-consuming things. There were some things that people had to wait for a puzzle, and so I could do a little before, getting the fuck out of the Netherlands. And so yeah, but still it was not the level that I wanted. But I decided to leave, and that was for me the best decision. Although it felt bad for the team, but I couldn't do it anymore.
To take a step back.
Yeah. Because then I needed 2 months because I was on the beach there in a beautiful island, and then checking the reviews and like, oh fuck my life, I couldn't. It was not easy to relax, of course, because that was my baby, maybe, it was very important for me. But after 2 months, I did some things, some meditation treatments and some more intense things there, and I'm not going into that. And then I was so detached from my company and my project, and I was only surrounded by people that didn't care about escape rooms, never heard about it. It was very refreshing for me because I was totally detached, and I needed that detachment to have a fresh, to have a fresh lens And that was really, when I came back to the Netherlands, that was like, okay, I knew exactly for myself, or for the project, what needed to be changed. So it opened my eyes.
And was there something fundamental? What was it? A rhythm change? A
Rhythm
signposting change?
Rhythm change, yeah. So the rhythm, I believe that a good escape room has a certain, or a good experience has a certain rhythm. And me being a musician as well, the rhythm is very important. So timing of certain elements that are there on exactly the right moment. So you capture the player or human again. You know? And that it's just and that's something that didn't go well. But then I felt it. I knew also when I was checking out the teams, I knew, okay, I have to change this, have to change that. So I needed to really zoom out and feel back in the creative seat again. Yeah.
We've talked about the rhythm of a game before, and
Yeah.
I always think it's interesting because a lot of other people talk about the flow of a game. And from a musician background, you talk about the rhythm.
Yeah.
Because we've discussed that one of the questions I ask you, it seems pertinent to ask it now, is you've got so many different players, seasoned enthusiasts and people that come because they've heard about it but have never played a room before. And I asked you, have you ever considered extending the time of the dome, you know, or adding more puzzles? And you talked a lot about the rhythm when you answered that. Tell us a bit about that, the concept of the rhythm and why you've always kept it at 60 minutes. So many other people extend it and you can add more. But even though you've added elements, you've always stuck to that.
Yeah. Well, that's a good question. Next one. We tried. We did an experiment to making the dome 70 minutes. We did it for a month, and it didn't work. So it really, the rhythm wasn't good anymore, and the thrill. It was people had too much time left on the clock, or it was just. So we went back to 60, but we did that because our players. And nowadays, in the beginning when the dome was opened, we had a lot of seasoned players. But nowadays, a lot of beginners somehow find us, and that sucks, of course. No, I'm joking. No, but of course it's really nice. I'm joking, but it changes a lot of things. Also, when I talk about the rhythm and about the success rate, and so that's why the 70 minutes came to mind. But it turned out it's not good. So we changed some puzzles. Our control UI user interface now we programmed it that it knows. Somehow this is a good team because they solved these two puzzles quite quickly. So they get this puzzle, and that's the easy version or a harder version. So in a way, it just tries to cater the player. So it makes it challenging for the players that are seasoned, so they have a great time and they don't think, oh, this puzzle's so easy. And for people that are really beginners, it just presents a different puzzle. Yeah. And that's how we somehow make it a cool experience.
And did you start with that? Because I think that's really interesting. A lot of designers struggle with, well, how do I create an experience for variety of players? Did you start by thinking we're going to design these puzzles that are ultimately analysing the team, and from there it decides what puzzles teams get and how hard they are, or is that something you learned?
We learned it. No, it is actually quite a new feature we have. It's inspired by ChatGPT. Yeah. And,
I've heard about that.
No, but we were just thinking about it. So it's a way of programming, and actually it's a little bit more intelligence. Put a little bit more intelligence, so it can change the game a little bit. Yeah. And
so since this, the dome I hear has been quite successful. Do you think it's going okay?
It's going cool. Yeah. No, so after I did those changes, I start seeing, because of course when I was a game master and I saw just different reactions when people played the girls' room, for example. People came out like cool and they were just enthusiastic, and after the dome, after a room that was maybe 4 times the budget of the girls' room, etc. It's not about budget, but of course you feel like, okay, if I spend more and I put more effort in it, you somehow expect that the people have more this wow. But then the people just came out like, okay, just cold, and that's, of course, and these reviews. But after, the changes, after my Asia adventure, then slowly, people start having the same energy that I was used to, that I like, to see the people coming, hugging or screaming or crying or puking, anything. So that was getting better, and people more came from different countries. So I felt like there's something happening.
Yeah.
And
It's a shift.
yeah. It was a shift, yeah.
And then, arguably, you became one of the most hyped rooms in what you did very well at the Terpecas, some industry awards. How did that feel, and how is it to try and meet those expectations? Because now, if you haven't been to the Dome, or even quite soon afterwards, I don't think any room can really ever live up to hype. No room's perfect.
No.
How do you manage that? That must give you another level of stress. Or maybe perhaps it doesn't. Perhaps.
Well, yes and no. Of course, it gives the responsibility. Maybe I feel responsible because people come from far, sometimes to play the Dome, and I feel responsible that the experience is, of course, lives up to the hype. So I always try to. I always develop or tweak the Dome. It's a never-ending process, actually. It's not the same room as it used to be 1 year ago, not 2 years ago. Of course, the rooms, we haven't changed the whole complete set design, but we've changed quite a lot, and puzzles. And I think that's I don't know when we're finished, but we're not finished yet. So that's my way of dealing, I think, with the, well, not stress, but with the responsibility feeling I have. That I feel, okay, at least I do as much as I can to cater to the people that come from far, and then I can relax. We do as much as we can.
Oh, and I wanted to segue nicely onto iterations. You've made changes ever since we played many years ago, and you continue to iterate the game in puzzles and ideas and story, even profound moments like ending and beginning and onboarding. How do you decide what to change? It would be easy to say, won the award, done.
Yeah.
And also maybe some fear of thinking, well, what if I break it? What if it's less good? How do you decide? How do you quantify what's good, what's not, what to change, whether it's working? What's the process?
Yeah, okay. I just trust in what I see and feel from the players. I think that's what we do. And also, I trust... I trust also in the feeling that we have if we think about a new puzzle or a new way of presenting it, or with a new special effect or a new... we can always go back. If we try it on a few teams, it's not it. We just go back. But we feel that it's better, the reaction of the people, or the timing, or the rhythm. It's better. It's just more. The kick is better on a certain part, or it's more. So then we know this is the right thing to do. So, but that's a nice thing. If you create an album as an artist and you put it out to the world, that's it. But with an escape room, you can always go back and present another kind of thing to the next team, and to see how that team is. So that's actually you're quite free in this process. I feel very free. Yeah.
And how do you measure the success of an element you put in? Just the feeling, do you leave it for a certain amount of time or a certain number of teams?
You have to give it some time. Of course, what I said, 2 teams is not enough.
Yeah.
So a week or something, or maybe 2 weeks sometimes. Yeah, and you feel if and then I discuss it also with the game masters. What do you think? Is it better? And because they also checked out maybe hundreds of teams, so they know as well. So and then we decide, we definitely let it in, or we go back, or we have to change it again or modify it again.
And I was just thinking, I love that this is going to be up the entire talk.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go, put on one of the nice Dome shots. Maybe
this one.
Perfect. Okay. That's exactly what my intention.
For you.
Clearly, thank you. Okay. Are there any interesting? That's just in my peripheral now, isn't it? Are there any interesting elements that you've added in, thinking that's going to be great? I remember one video that showed me. I wonder if you can talk about it, but interesting elements you put in that you thought were going to be fantastic that actually you've removed again because it didn't work for teams, and why?
Not necessarily.
Good.
No, I think there was some puzzle in the Dome that I created and which I thought would be fun. Okay, it was a puzzle which was interactive with, you saw in this trailer, so there were more things with the trailer that connected with the room. They did in the beginning. That's why we don't hype this trailer too much, because it's maybe, it can be confusing for the players.
Expectations.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, yeah. So, what were we talking about?
Was there anything particularly you've put into the Dome that you've removed? You thought this is going to be brilliant, and actually it just didn't work.
There was a puzzle we had to put some objects in something, and that was connected with a researcher that was saying, oh, this is not good on the screen. So you get the feeling that there's actually real time, there's a researcher with you. So you get some kind of that feeling. Yeah. But people found it too, the tempo wasn't, the rhythm was not good. It was just So we just got that out. But that took a lot of effort to make that. And it was also, we thought this is really going to be amazing, because people really have this feeling there's this research center and everything. So yeah, that was definitely something we had to.
And do you contemplate a lot about what players take away from the experience? The amount of people I've heard from who've played the Dome, and everyone seems to come away with something different, including what the story might have been, and what their best parts were, and what the emotions they came. Is there something you hope players take from the Dome?
Well, the element of surprise is for me important, so that they're really, that get them out of their comfort zone a little bit, and they are a little bit confused. They don't know what happened, but that they are full of the experience. That's of course that's what you want as a but not necessarily that. I mean, it's nice if they get the story, or because. Whatever, that's cool. But mostly I want people that they have the red cheeks and they had just an amazing time, had fun. Yeah. Yeah, that's the most important thing.
Is there a part of the Dome you're most proud of? Is there just the entire success, or is there something that's maybe it didn't work initially and you finally got it to work, or it works even better than you thought?
I'm proud of the resilience of maybe myself a little bit, and of the team, that after that we had this shitty feedback in the beginning, and that it was not good, okay, but that we found a way to make it, a cool experience. Yeah.
And do you follow?
For most of the people.
All the good people.
All the good people, the nice people.
Do you follow a design philosophy? Is there a way that you design all of your rooms? Is there particular steps that you always take?
Well, with the Dome, we learned that concept art is very important. So we can. So that's
made a big difference. Yeah.
So no, that wasn't new. We never had concept art or something. Yeah. So that was a nice way for us to fantasize.
Okay, yeah.
About the project.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but that it came really that it already was. It already existed. Yeah. I mean, this 50%, but the feel and everything and the surprise, it already existed. And from there, the engineering part. That's the second thing. We come up with something, and then the second problem is how we actually can make it. How can we do it?
And you mentioned sci-fi at the beginning.
Yeah.
Are there other things that influence you? Were there particular movies or books or experiences that influenced it?
Yeah, what was really my biggest influence was a Muse concert, the band Muse. It's British, right? Yeah. Okay. So I was a friend of mine. He said, I'm going to the Muse concert, and I knew one song maybe, but I was cool, let's go. And that blew me away, this whole experience. It was, of course, it's a band, so it's about music. Yeah. Like an escape room is about escaping and gaming. So but it was for me like an experience where I was like on top of my seat throughout the 90 minutes. I was crazy,
and the staging
full of
and the
staging, with drones and balloons and everything. It was just crazy the whole time. And then and with lightning or lights, I mean, and that inspired me to okay, if this is possible, this is some kind of bar where what you can, as a band, you can, we want to entertain also people that don't like this music. Well, and I thought also with the escape room, we can build an escape room that if you're not into games or you don't like this, escape rooms at all, I want people that have a good time too. Yeah. And of course, I felt like, okay, I can raise the bar, that can be raised to this level. And for me at that time, the Dome was very high for ourselves as well to build something like that.
If you had to distill your design philosophy, could you do that? Is that if you were to create another experience, or give advice on, I want to create an escape room, what would be some key design philosophies? Make something, go to Thailand for 4 months, come back, fix it.
Yeah.
Anything.
No.
Concept art.
Yeah, what's nice, we put some boundaries on ourselves as well with the dome. So we went all the way, but there were some things we wanted to what was important for us to not do. So we didn't want a classic escape room concept where you have a key and a lock, or you have to find the key somewhere. Couldn't do that. We wanted that the puzzle was something we have never seen before. It was new, it was fresh, it was. So we had a list. So every time we had an idea, we know, okay, we can, does it? Is this in the list? No. Okay, and then we can continue with the idea. So boundaries were very important for us, and inspiration was an inspiration too.
And I pointedly asked if you were to make another room. So you keep iterating the dome with new puzzles, new ideas. Someone that's played before could come back and play, and maybe they'd experience lots of new puzzles. But the space will never be as exciting as it was the first time. And yet you keep doing that, as opposed to potentially taking these elements and putting them into a new space. What drives you to? I think you mentioned before, maybe when we were talking before, that you would like the dome to feel fresh in 5 years. You want to keep going. What drives you to do that and not perhaps make a new creation with all these new ideas?
I also, because I think of because people come to play the dome because they have expectations, and they will still have, I think, next year or 2 years from now. And if I feel this puzzle is just not, it can be so much better, then we just do it, because that's. And it's fun also for us backstage, because as a game master, we want to also be excited still about a game. And not like, okay, we've seen this like 1,000 times. We want to feel, okay, this is new, we have something new, cool, how is it? So it also keeps it fresh for ourselves as well.
Will the dome ever be, will it be complete? Will you ever complete the dome?
No.
Is it no.
No.
No. God, great.
Well, yeah, I think it will eventually. But we still. Actually, now there's going to be a puzzle in it, which is for me the most advanced, most expensive. Not that is a thing, but for me that's something that we will implement in 2 months from now. So yeah, that's very cool, and I'm very excited about it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. And I'm thinking.
But that's it's really, and I think it's we think, or I think it will be a better experience.
Yeah. Do you have the creative desire to make more things after the dome? And would it be an escape room or something else? What creative desires do you have outside of it? An escape room.
A new escape room.
Yeah. Do you know what it is? Stop it! I get it.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I beta test?
Yeah,
no, great. Okay, thanks.
I have some ideas, but it's still very abstract. So.
And you not want to rush yourself or anything?
Not at all.
Do you wait for the moment to take you? Does something have to sing to you to go, there it is?
Yeah, actually, I'm waiting for this Muse concert moment, because that was for me like a thunder. Like, okay, now we have it. I got it all. I have some, I don't know, an end goal, a feeling or some.
Is there, you're a musician, the difficult second album.
Oh,
I mean, I know this would be your fourth album.
Yeah.
But how on earth do you make another escape room after the dome? I mean,
just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah. No, I mean.
For sure, we're not allowed to say that. It's just. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it just creates something else that you think it's cool or it's new or fresh.
But the pressure of that isn't overwhelming.
No.
Good.
No, the only thing I discussed with you and with my friends from the industry, that I'm always afraid if you start a project like that you will exhaust you, or you will be burned out or stressed, or because it's quite a thing, a challenge, and so that's all that went so well with the dome, and I mean maybe I've learned my lesson now. I know now that I don't want to work more than 8 hours a day, and I want to have a break every 3 hours, and that every weekend I switch off my computer and my phone. Those are things that I do now. I didn't do that. I was just, my switch was always on just during the whole project, and working 18 hours a day just to get it finished. It didn't work out well. And I think I can be way quicker and efficient when I put those things in, when I have the discipline to do that. So, but it's still exciting for me, because I've never did that in a way that was healthy or for me. Yeah.
With a wider viewpoint, how do you consider the escape room community industry as a whole? Do you think it's, what do you envision the future of the escape room community is, or does it not matter? Are you focused on your creations and just excited to see what other people do?
Can you rephrase that?
Yeah. That's
In Dutch, maybe.
Well. What do you think the future of escape rooms is? We've seen a lot of them that there's so many adjacent, well, we're here at the Immersive Experience Network and people are pulling from, you know, other forms of immersive entertainment. Is that something that interests you, to make like a hybrid experience, or to pull from, who knows? We'll find out.
I don't think about that too much.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I just I don't know yet. Yeah. I have a certain feeling, but it's not clear.
Yeah.
No.
If money was no object, do you know what your dream project would be?
No, I'm joking.
A cyborg.
That's actually that. Yeah. No. I thought about it. I think LSD kind of experience. Because that's insane. So it's really cool if you have, right? Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. No. So if everything is just completely off and not your senses are mixed and you can float and that you are just that you're stepping into a different realm, and that realm is the second you think you understand the realm, it's another realm again. I mean, stuff like that. So I don't know if that's possible. Nobody ever tried, I think. But if you say there's no limit when it comes to money, then I would collaborate with people that maybe, I don't know, there must be something. But that would be really, that's something that would really, I think it's interesting. Yeah. But it's funny how you've solved puzzles in different realms, and when you don't have a sense of
self?
Ground. Yeah, self. Yeah. That's cool.
Do you let people fail the dome? Do people fail the dome?
Yeah, they do.
They do?
Yeah.
Do you have an idea of how far, do you push people through it so they can experience, because it's, without too many spoilers, it doesn't all look like this.
No.
And all that.
Yeah.
No. And I imagine to experience all the different spaces is exciting and a real gift. Do you have a need to want
in the
for everyone to see everything?
Yeah, we were more in the beginning when people when game over, just maybe sometimes on 50% of the game, but we quit doing that because still people come travel from far and they want to have more of the experience. So that's what I said, that comes in very handy, that the game knows somewhere if this is a good or a bad team and knows how to somehow funnel the players through a different kind of, well, not super different experience, but it's possible if you're a good player, you get a puzzle that that not so good players don't get at all. So that's a little bit of a bonus, that you get a different kind of experience. So since we do that, then the rate of people that actually escape, it became higher. Yes, but still, like we want everybody to be in like 85-90% of the game, because then they see it is worth the money, or the experience, or the travel. That's what we think. Yeah.
Well, this has been insightful. Are there any tips that you would give people who want to do something different with escape room design, apart from going to Thailand, that you think are the most useful things you've learned from your experience creating something so incredible?
Yeah, no, I necessarily don't. I don't know. Not more than I just said, I think.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If it's okay, should we see if anyone has any questions about any of the slides in particular?
Yeah.
Thanks so much for that, and for sharing the thoughts behind, well, how you created the dome. You mentioned it took you 2 years to build, but how much time did you spend designing it and thinking about it beforehand?
Well, no, it's 2 years altogether.
Okay.
Yeah, but we start building quite quickly. Yeah.
Thanks.
Sorry, I've lost my voice a little bit.
That's okay.
We played all three of your rooms and loved them. One question I have from an escape room owner that has gone back to redevelop his older games to make them up to standard. Why do you keep innovating the dome while having such different levels of the games, instead of, or also reinventing your older games?
Yeah, because the Dome, it's a certain thing that people expect from the Dome, because it's been nominated for many awards or won awards. So people come from so many places. So we feel the responsibility every week to get it to the level that people expect it to be. So that's the inspiration to keep developing it. And also because I think the Dome is the type of room where we can do such thing. It has a lot of space to do it. I think with the girls' room, for example, we don't. Yeah, it's way harder to do it. Somehow, the Dome inspires me way more to change things. So I just follow my heart with that as well.
I noticed by looking on the booking website, it appears the Dome is now being run pipelined.
Yeah.
Who is that?
That's me. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Is that part of like the design iteration to be able to take a game and move it to a pipeline format in the future? I mean, is that something like a goal that would be the end result of some of your iteration?
For a new experience, you mean?
Yeah, or for other people who are running games currently. Like
oh yeah, I would definitely do that. Yeah. Because when you can have 2 times as much people in your room, then you have maybe a different budget. And also, if you have a big budget for a room, or if you spend a lot of money, then it's safer if you have a pipeline. So for us, it was a fun thing to do, also as a challenge, because it was not designed like that at first, and now we're happy with it because we can. More people can play the Dome now. Yeah.
And what is your pipeline? Is it half an hour at your 60-minute room? So how do you?
Yeah, 45. So after 45 minutes, the next team can go in.
Okay.
So it's every 1 hour and a half. Normally we had a half an hour, to prep the room, and now it's every 45 minutes a new team can go in.
And have you ever had difficulties with? I mean, that's quite a catch-up, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But if there were a failure, hopefully there aren't, or any issues.
Not yet. No. But that's of course my trauma of the Dome in the beginning. I've learned from that. So we maybe normally this pipeline I would have opened it 6 months ago, but no, we just really tweaked the hell out of it. That it's really, we don't want the experience to diminish. We want it even to become better. So that's why no, everything goes very smooth. Yeah.
This may seem like a daft question, but do you find that adulation and appreciation a positive thing? Or do you feel like you would have preferred it if people liked it less so you could do other things?
Oh, no, I'm very, it's nice. The appreciation is really nice. No, it's great, but the responsibility, that comes with a little bit of responsibility, but it's worth it, yeah.
Hi, Rick. Thank you so much. You should be proud of your resilience. I didn't know that part of the story, and I'm blown away by that. You should be proud of the beautiful room you've built. Just for you to know, when we came and played this room, it was a kick in the nuts for us. It's been very inspiring, and there's this footage of us right after playing it, and which, by the way, is a great idea, showing the team's images of themselves. I don't know if it was a special treat or not, but do you do that for everyone?
Only with you.
Okay,
no, we do it. Yeah, we do it.
It's a wonderful part. For people that don't know, after the Dome, tell us what you do for every team, apart from our team.
Yeah,
we never had it. No, we never had it.
No, you never had it.
No, we never had it.
Oh, you had to go.
No. We just flapped around saying this was brilliant for so long that we didn't have it. But we didn't. But what do you do for 99%?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. No, we did it with all our rooms. From when we had the laboratory 10 years ago, I don't know. Yeah. Then people came out and they thought, oh, this would be so fun. What you see, can we see it somewhere? And he said, not yet. So we implement it in the experience, and we do it ever since with all of our rooms, and it's fun. It's nice to have some connect with the players a little bit more, but also to talk a little bit about the game, and people just love to watch themselves. Yeah,
so
people love that. Yeah.
To be clear for those that don't know, you show them the recording of the game.
Yes. The highlights, the funny moments. Yeah.
And there's this moment where like all 5 of us are like, "Fuck, they did it!" And this is where my question, because there is one question. This is where my question is going. Is there? I'm not going to spoil that "fuck they did it" moment, but there's. I mean, those who played could possibly imagine when it is. And we were totally blown away. And one question that I basically came to this thing to meet you.
God, okay.
Also because I
Me
was.
too.
No. To meet you too. I mean, it's been a beautiful day. But anyway, my question is there anything that you did not do, and probably more from an architectural point of view? Is there anything that you thought, no, that's too much, we can't do that, or we don't have the money for this, or we don't have the time for this? Is there anything that you had to give up on when you built this room?
No. Actually, we had a few things, right? The list of things that it has to be original, etc. But when it comes to the things that we found cool with special effects, we went all the way. At that time, for us, that was also, the highest thing we could think of, and we just did it. Yeah. I don't know if I would do the same again. Maybe now it's, but at that time it was for us, okay, we have it in mind, let's do it. Yeah. Thanks.
And you've inspired so many people. I meet many owners and designers who say when they came to the Dome and they scrapped their design, or they upped their design, or they changed it. Are there escape rooms or companies or people that have inspired you? Or was it just the concept of what you could also do?
I don't play too many escape. Of course, I have escape rooms. So I think escape rooms. I do love certain escape rooms, of course. They're really great, but they didn't inspire me in the sense that I had some shitty escape rooms that inspired me. Shitty. I don't mean shitty in the sense that it was just a dark basement and with some puzzles on a piece of paper, and I mean just also to play a room that's totally not, that inspired me as well somehow. It made me think, but what if they did this or that, and then, so no, I try not to be inspired by escape rooms.
That's good to take away. Go away and play some not great games in that one.
Well, I don't know. We just laughed about it. That actually those rooms inspired us sometimes.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Analysing what could be better, what could be different in the way that you do even with your own creations.
Yes. Maybe if I played some escape rooms, and then I maybe not analyze it too much. If they are really good, I'm not analyzing. I just enjoy the experience.
Yeah. I think we have one more, didn't we? Yeah, one more question.
Hey there. Yeah. So you've been pioneering with the Dome, but you were also kind of one of the first that burned out, put so much into this project. And you've mentioned a lot of people are doing this now in this industry, burning out on these projects, putting so much effort in. And I thought one of the most valuable lessons I learned from you is how to deal with that, how to detach yourself. And I was wondering if you could elaborate a little bit more on that and share that too.
Okay, cool. Wow. That's a deep question, man. What helped for me was meditation. So what I found to detach myself completely from my projects, and that saved me, I think, and that's why I found the resilience. It's not something I really had to work to find that resilience, to detach myself, and the detachment didn't come by itself. So I needed to go for that, and that's the inner walk meditation that I did quite a lot, and you did it as well. Yeah, and Gijs did it as well. Gijs Geers. So really cool. So how was it for you? Did you feel certain that you could detach because you were also in a project?
Again, so with the Meister Crisis, I felt burned out. I felt the whole world consisted out of this, and I was just working, leaving behind everything, and that inner walk helped me detach and finally get the project over the line. So thank you.
We had one super great hand that came up before time, so I think we can legally accept it. It was Lucas.
So, except Dark Park, what is your favorite escape room you did play?
Except Dark Park.
Except Dark Park. And Grice's, which we enjoyed.
Of course, yeah. But I think all the people here are also from Sherlock, and of course, I should not miss anyone. But everybody I know here that has a room and that I played is really amazing. So I think we have But that's true. Okay.
Yeah. All of my top 10 rooms are in here. Yeah.
There's only one person, and we all know this person, and that room sucks. But we're not going to...
I saw them walk in, and I was like, this is awkward. They're all stars except for that one. No, this room is full of superstars. The camera can't see it. But this is
true.
who's who of the best rooms in the world. This is an honor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
And you also here.
Thank you. and me.
Yeah.
And me. Cool.
Thank you so much. It's been
Sarah.
fantastic.